Well, this is Inside the Nest. I'm Grant Pahulke. We're here with head football coach Chuck Lliteras. Coach, you had a tough one on Saturday against the number 11 nationally ranked Indianapolis Greyhounds. It's been a tough loss, and what are you telling your team coming out of the loss?
Well, as you well know, Ray, when we met in the locker room after the game and then on Sunday when we did our weight training and our film study, it's important to get the morale back up and get the, our pride was wounded just a little bit, and it's important that we refocus and get ready to go for this next week. And it is what it is. U of Indy is a very good football team, and they deserve to be ranked 11 in the country. And they steamrolled us, but they're steamrolling everybody they play. So, we just got to pick our socks up and get back after it and get to work.
Coach, looking forward to this weekend. We play SBU at SBU. We beat them early in the year 29-9. This time it will count for GLVC rankings and standings. How do you go into the week not overlooking a team that you beat both the last times you played them?
Well, and you're exactly right, Gray. We had to be very cautious in our preparation and not to get overconfident against this team because, they did some good things against us the first time out this year, and they have very capable athletes on their football team. So we need to prepare for them like we haven't played them at all, and this is our first opportunity to play them this year and have that kind of focus and that kind of energy in practice and that kind of discipline and work on the things that we need to fix from the previous weeks and get some of our people back on the field that have been on the IR list for the last couple of weeks. So, it's an exciting week for us. We get a chance to play in the GLVC again against Southwest Baptist, and we look forward to going down there.
What adjustments are you looking to make this time compared to when we saw them about 5 weeks ago?
Well, they're running a freshman quarterback now. He played most of the second half against Indianapolis when they played them, and then played the whole game against Truman. He's a runner. He's an option quarterback, and so we particularly look for him to run the ball, and he's hard to tackle. He's good in space with his legs. So from a defensive standpoint, we're going to have to contain him. We're seeing a little bit more three package, 3 front, 3-1, 3-2 out of them on their defense. So we'll have to prepare for that. But that's all. That's kind of the neat thing about playing someone twice is you have to change your strategy and tactics a little bit, and we'll see what happens when we get down there on Saturday.
Coach, you've been a little banged up recently, but you should be able to get some of those guys back, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Kendall Spencer, Marquise Williams, and Jack Gordon. What do they bring to the team, both on the field as well as in the culture in the locker room?
Well, all three of them, Spencer and Jack especially, are team leaders. And having said that, Jack is kind of the quarterback in the secondary, and Kendall, he's a spark plug when he's out there. He's a tremendous motivator, and he plays that outside linebacker position really well. So, it's important to get those guys back on the field and as many of them as we can and as soon as we can.
Coach, Julie Jagway's been stellar when he's gotten the ball this season, has 200-plus yard games along with 3 touchdowns, comes into the week ranked 3rd in the GLVC in receiving yards a game. How are you going to plan to use his athleticism as well as your other wide receivers such as Ishmael Mitchell, TJ Guillory, and Zach Gaudet?
Well, from our perspective on the offensive game plan, we need to make sure that we establish and can run the football to take the pressure off the quarterback, number one, and number two, that also allows us to isolate those guys on the outside. And the more we can take the pressure off Will, the better he's going to be in space, and it allows us to set up some of our passing game off and misdirection and stuff like that. So, it's a cat and mouse game with the defense, but we need to get our running game going to set up the passing game, and Jalik will have a pretty good night.
That's great. Cardinals are back in action this Saturday as they go down to Bolivar, Missouri to face SBU. You can get that live on the GLVC Sports Network. I'm Grant Pahulke. This has been Inside the Nest. We'll see you next week.